Hi everyone. In this video we'll walk through an overview of the Tutum application. Tutum is a Docker SaaS service to build, manage and deploy Docker containers. So currently this is the graphical user interface for Tutum. I've already logged into the Tutum dashboard. So primarily there are 4 tabs here for within the Tutum: nodes, repositories, services and stacks. So currently we are in the nodes tab. I've already deployed a bunch of nodes, services and stacks, so we'll just use them for this demo. So here I have 3 nodes, one which is my own node, which is an Ubuntu machine, and the 2 other nodes are AWS public cloud nodes. So if I go into inside my own node, I've used a deployment tag of DC for this node, and inside the AWS node I have used a staging deployment tag. So we'll walk through these. What does this deployment tag mean when we cover the services and the stacks? From Tutum internals perspective, Tutum installs a Tutum agent on each node, using which it's able to manage these nodes. Just to demonstrate this, so this is if I am inside the Amazon nodes here, these are the 2 nodes of Amazon. So just to see what are the Docker containers that are running, we can see a bunch of Tutum containers along with Weave, which is used for networking. That is already running in these nodes, and similarly for the other nodes as well. We can see what are the containers that are running. If I also go to my local node, I can see the same thing. I can see a bunch of these Tutum containers that is running in my Ubuntu Linux machine. So now we go to the services tab. So I have a whole bunch of services that are already, none of them are started. So what you'll do is first, for a simple application, let's go to a Hello World service. So this, if we could look at the configuration of this service, is using this image, Hello World image, and this is the scheduling or the orchestration strategy. So here we specify a deployment tag of DC, which allows this particular service to be running in my Ubuntu node itself. And here this shows what is the port inside the container and how it is published into the the host node itself. So service is nothing but a container that is exposing a particular service. It could be like a Hello World or WordPress, MySQL. All these are different services that can be available. So here, so let's start this service, and once the service is started, we can see what is the state of the service here. So it's currently in a running state, and if we look at the endpoints here, so that will expose, like, okay, this is exposing the service on port 80, and we can also check the container logs as well as the container CPU memory usage, and the timeline tab shows the different configuration activities that are done. The next use case we'll take is like a little complex application. So here we have 3 container application here. So I've already have these services, but I have not yet started them. So here I have a MySQL WordPress container, so which is exposing the database service, and the application here is like an HA proxy that connects to a WordPress container. It's a 2-container WordPress which connects to a MySQL backend. So if we look at the WordPress service itself, so what we can see here is that this is composed of 2 containers, and if you look at the configuration, we can see what is the container port number that is exposing. The interesting thing is in the links. Here it says it is linked to the MySQL database container, and it is linked from the HA proxy container. So what we'll do is we'll start these 3 containers here: the MySQL, the WordPress, and HA proxy. The order in which we start the container doesn't really matter, because using the links facility, it knows which order the containers have to be started. So now we see all the 3 services are running. So now let's go into the HA proxy. So if you go to the endpoints here, so it is exposing this HA proxy on port 80. And we can look at the logs here to see if there is any issue with the HA proxy container itself. To see the containers that are running in the each nodes, we can see here that one of these Amazon nodes is running the WordPress application, the MySQL, and if we look at the other one, so this is running the one more instance of the WordPress container and the HA proxy container. The service, we can use the service endpoint itself, and so here we see the working WordPress container. So now let's stop these three services, and so now what we'll do is go to the stacks tab. A stack is nothing but an application that is composed of multiple containers. So for this particular example, let's take the same WordPress example that we did using the services. So here there is a stack file that is describing the complete application. So here we have a DB service, you have an HA proxy service, and a WordPress service. And the interesting thing here is with the tags, we are saying that deploy this on the staging cluster. And another interesting thing here is the number of containers for the WordPress service. So here we are specifying 2, and these are the environment variables that is necessary for the WordPress service to connect to the DB service. And to start this service, we just click on the start here, and that should pretty much start all the 3 services that is composed of this particular application. So if you go to the stacks tab itself, so we see that this is starting, and if you go to the corresponding services tab, we should see that these are the 3 services. So it has already deployed DB and the WordPress, and now it is deploying the HA proxy. Now we can see all the 3 services that are part of the stack that is up and running, and we can either go and access the service from the service endpoint itself here, or we can go to the stacks tab, and that will, for that particular stack WordPress, we can look at what are the endpoints that are exposed, and which is the HA proxy endpoint that is exposed by the this particular stack. And thanks for watching.